Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the regular season finale for the 2019 NRSL Mountain Dew For the Win Cup Series. We're here at Talladega for 66 laps of action, and it's time to decide the 12-driver playoff field for 2019. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Unlike last season, it's probably not going to be as drama-filled depending what happens. Let's go through your starting lineup first. On the pole, heck, on the front row is Furniture Row Racing or Sack Flickinger Racing, whatever it's called. It's Sack Flickinger on the pole at a track he won at in 2017. Next to him is brother William Flickinger, a rookie we've seen have strong runs throughout the season. Both those drivers looking to get a win to lock themselves into the playoffs. In row 2's Daytona 500 winner from 2017, Phil Parker. Next to him, Nate Rogers with a breakout year, 2 wins on the season. Row 3, Charles Sanford and Peter Sands. Sands got that win at M&M's a few races ago. Row 4 is Cole Deaver, your winner from last week, next to Kev Shearer, who won at Pensacola, as I can't get on him. And in row 5 is 2-time winner on the season, rookie winner Ryan Brommer, next to Austin Alves in row 10. So with the continuance of drivers not winning twice on a super speedway, the odds of getting a repeat super speedway winner today increase. I'm trying to think of all the past Talladega winners we've had. 2017, the winners were Sack Flickinger and John Arndt, who are in the field. And last year it was Deanna Jones and Cole Deaver, the former of which Deanna Jones is not in the field. So we've got 3 Talladega winners in the field here today. But let's go into your chase scenarios. There's really not a lot to go through here. The 11 drivers locked in on their wins. Jonathan Sorlin with his 3 wins leading the points. Nico Tringali and Johnny Gardner both have 2 wins. They're second and third. Ryan Brommer's 10th with his 2 wins, and Nate Rogers is 18th with his 2 wins. In the playoffs with their single wins, 4th and 5th in points is Zachary Fitzwater and Austin Alves, respectively. 7th is rookie Sebastian Kukulon. 9th, Kev Shearer. 13th, Cole Deaver. And rookie Jose Mills, 16th in the points. So those 11 drivers are all high enough. They're not going to fall out of the top 30. So those 11 are guaranteed to make it in the playoffs. Now, these are the 2 race winners we're going to have to keep our eyes on. Seth Cole is 23 points ahead of 31st in the standings. He has his 1 win from Cape Cod. He's 27th in the points. If he has a poor finish today and he falls out of the top 30, he will not make the playoffs. He came very close to a win yesterday in the Truck Series. Peter Sands is outside the top 30. He is 26 points from 30th. He is 37th in the points. You can see he starts 6th place today. He's going to need a good amount of help and probably a win in order to gain enough points to crack the top 30. We'll go into the possible points battle for that last chase position. But first, let's go trackside for the command to start engines.
Are you ready? Gentlemen, start your engines!
So the command's been given. Now, if Seth Cole falls out of the top 30 and Peter Sands doesn't make it into the top 30, on the possibility of one of the 11 winners getting another win here today, this would be the points battle for the final spot. Now, there are only 7 drivers who can battle for this spot if it comes down to making it in on points, and they are holding the theoretical 12th spot. Currently first driver out is Alex Gray. He sits 6th in points. He has a 5-point lead over Charles Jackson, 8th in points. 11th in points, 20 back from Gray is Jay Jefferson. 12th is Sack Flickinger, 25 back from Alex Gray. 14th, Marty Johnson, 31 back. 15th, Patrick Sick, 34 back. And 17th is John Arndt, 38 back. Now that's all from Alex Gray if Seth Cole falls out of the top 30. The following drivers are out of range, which means they are so far down in the standings that even if they won, they would not get enough points gain to make the playoffs. And those drivers are Quentin Moore, William Brock, and Gatlin Downey. Now let's go through the drivers who can win and in automatically, more or less with some help. And those drivers are TJ Hanley, Mark Riggleman, Jessica Shelton, Dylan Young, William Flickinger, Alex Ferranti, Charles Sanford, Rob Evans, James Qualls, Sam Oskin, Levi McIntyre, and Ace Rogers. Now some of those drivers would have to get a decent amount of points to pass Seth Cole, plus Seth Cole would have to have a bad finish. As we're coming to the green flag here in a bit. Let's see if drivers who could win and in with a ton of points help. Caleb Hoffman, James Shelley, Tony Green, Andrew Miller, DJ Curtis, Edwin Mendes, and Phil Parker. All those drivers can theoretically get a win and with a ton of help make it into the points. Now I am going to keep track today of who leads laps. So I'm going to do my best to keep track of this. I'm just going to be writing down numbers and I'm going to be doing a tally. So I'm going to be doing this a lot today. Now, the Cup cars are probably not going to go as fast as the trucks, but the 3 lines should come into play very well. As you can see, Charles Sanford wasting no time going 3 wide for the race lead. And you can see they're not going to get as huge of a run as they did in the truck series. So hopefully we won't be going 4 or 5 wide super early. 4 wide is possible, but it is very dangerous to do. As you can see, we are already 4 wide, and leading the first lap was Charles Sanford. As we're 4 wide for the lead because of Charles Jackson. Jackson leading them down the back straightaway. Mark Riggleman close on his back bumper. Will we have a wreck on lap 2? The first one came out on lap 4 for the truck race. And it is getting dangerous. Tons of 4 wide action going on. As you can see, these cars aren't going anywhere close to the speeds we saw in the truck race. In fact, they're only hitting about 185 at the front of the field. It's very interesting to see. Oh, we almost had a wreck. Sam Oskin and McIntyre trying to come back on the track, and they made it, but I think they're 5 wide back there. Oh, they almost wrecked again. Mendes and McIntyre that time, as Charles Jackson will lead a lap. 2 laps, 2 different leaders. As they're 4 wide all over the place. Jackson in the lead. Ace Rogers to his inside. These are one of the drivers who needs help and a win. Right now there's a lot of 4 wide going on. They're not really 4 wide up at the front. Let's see, is that middle line strong enough to get a run? Not really getting much of a run. So it looks like, oh, Tringale's getting put 3 wide in the middle by Caleb Hoffman. Ace Rogers will lead this lap. So we've gone 3 laps. 3 laps, 3 different leaders. Tringale, Hoffman, first 2 cars behind. Ace on the inside line. They're settling it out to 3 wide at the front. They're still 4 wide in the back. As Nico Tringale will make a move for the lead down the back straightaway. These cars aren't going nearly as fast as we thought they would be. But they're going clean. Clean racing is good racing. Looking for a lap lead here at the line. It's going to be... Oh man, I don't even know who led that lap. That was so close. They're saying Andrew Miller led it. 4 different leaders over 4 laps. Sam Oskin, William Brock moving up on the bottom. Brock, one of those 3 drivers out of range, but I'm sure he'd love to get a win. It would be his first career win at that. Seth Cole up here at the front in the middle line, something he needs to do. Now the difference for him is 23 points, so we'll figure out eventually how high he would need to finish without dropping, as it looks like Andrew Miller's going to be our first driver to lead 2 laps. I have to keep track of all of this because whoever leads the most laps gets another bonus point. So it'll be a lot easier for me to keep track of who's getting what point bonus. They've settled down though. They're only going 3 wide. Oskin and Arndt behind Miller at the front single file. Sebastian Kugelon will move up to 4th. Dylan Young's behind the 9 car. Oh, and I think we had a wreck. Caution's out for the first time today. Arndt makes a move for 2nd as Andrew Miller will be the leader at the start-finish line. Now, will they wreck slowing down? We saw it happen once in the truck race. So far, so good. Don't do it, Gardner. Don't do it. Thought he was going to turn the 33 there. Looks like everyone's fine. Let's see anyone straggling at the back here. Qualls. Oh, Peter Sands. Does he have hood damage? He does. Oh, that might end his chance. Jose Mills with damage. TJ Hanley's back here. Fitzwater, Riggleman, Jonathan Zorlin, and Charles Jackson. So everyone's running. We'll see how many cars retire. With that, though, let's take a look at the caution. All right, here we go. This is the 4 wide. Qualls, Alves, Fitzwater, and Mills. And right here, they just go down into James Qualls. Sorlin, nowhere to go. Mills, Jackson, nowhere to go. Into the wall hard. You see Jackson, Fitzwater, TJ Hanley gets sent down in the William Flickinger. Peter Sands, nowhere to go, gets into the back of the 11. Nate Rogers, I think, gets in the wall, but other than that, I don't think he got a lot of damage. But that is our first yellow, so no flips, no major big impacts. But with that, let's take you to the race restart. Getting ready to go back green flag racing. Charles Jackson and Jose Mills are done for the day. Mills didn't have to worry about it. He had the win high enough above the top 30. But Charles Jackson was looking to get in on points there with a win. And that's going to end his chances at making the playoffs. So tough break for Jackson. Sebastian Kukulon has emerged out of pit road as the new race leader. 2nd place, Oskin. 3rd, John Arndt. 4th, Jessica Shelton. 5th, Andrew Miller. 6th, Seth Cole. 7th, Patrick Sick. 8th, Nico Tringali. 9th, Gatlin Downey. And 10th, Dylan Young. That's our top 10 rundown. We'll see what happens here on the restart. So we've got 40 cars still on track. We only lost 2 drivers from that wreck. Very curious to see what will happen. So Kukulon is in the playoffs with a win, but getting another win. Remember, it's 5 bonus points per win. Right now, Sorlin's going to have 15. Tringali, Gardner, Brommer, and Nate Rogers will have 10 bonus points, with Fitzwater, Alves, Kukulon, Shearer, Deaver, Mills, all with 5 bonus points, plus Seth Cole as well. Peter Sands got damage in that wreck. Sorlin's bumper, I think, is still there, but the hood on the 12 is gone, so I don't know if Sands might luck out. You know, he might luck out if there's a ton of big wrecks and he's just so far behind the field that he misses them. He'll definitely gain track position that way, but if he's in a wreck, he'll probably have to take the car to the garage. Green flag's back out as Kukulon takes his 4th lap lead. Topside not as terrible as it was yesterday, but it's still not really better than the bottom. John Arndt will be the first to make a move to the inside of Cement Oskin. Patrick Sick will make it 3 wide as they are up to speed already. They really don't have a big top speed in these Cup cars. It's definitely allowing for it's lessening the impacts, that's for sure. As Patrick Sick makes a move for the race lead on lap 12 on Sebastian Kukulon. Field is mostly just double file right now as people set themselves up. There is a little 3 wide in the back, as we see drivers who are slow. It looks like it's pretty much everyone from Peter Sands down. James Qualls again cursed with a damaged race car. But that can be a blessing in disguise for someone like Peter Sands if he can point his way up into the top 30. This is what he needs. He needs to fall back as far as he can so he misses the next wreck. As Patrick Sick will be our 6th different leader. Jay Jefferson up to 2nd place, another driver who is trying to point his way in if Seth Cole falls down. Right now, Seth Cole's up here near the top 10, so I don't think that's going to happen. How about DJ Curtis? He's had a terrible season. The seasons just keep getting worse for Curtis. He's 36th in points this year with just a single top 5. And it's really quite the shame considering. Let's just ignore that stupid thing up right now. He got 8th in points last year with 1 win. The year before he had 2 wins and finished 41st in points. So Patrick Sick continuing to lead up front here. You can see a good amount of pack of cars there, as there's a bit of a split in the middle of the pack, but there has not been an accident. Jay Jefferson gonna make a move. Let's confirm. Ooh, TJ Hanley, William Flickinger, and Cole Deaver have their own little spaced pack. Fitzwater, Sorlin, Sands are together, and then Qualls is by himself. As Jefferson and Sick are pretty even, it does look like it takes a decent amount of help in a run to make a move for the lead. As Patrick Sick actually holds off Jefferson to lead at the line. So I think we're in for a photo finish if the field lives. Here comes Marty Johnson as they're 4 wide behind for 4th place. Seth Cole's in the middle of that. That's something he doesn't want to be in. He's next to Edwin Mendez. Can he keep it together? We saw one big wreck on the back straightaway yesterday. If they wreck going into turn 3 this far at the front of the field, it would cause disaster. They're 4 wide, 3 rows deep as Gardner looks for the lead on Marty Johnson. They're still 4 wide behind them. As Johnny Gardner will lead at Talladega. Oh, and they're wrecking! 4 wide gone wrong. And I think there was a second wreck right after it. Seth Cole made it through. Now we'll hope that those packs behind don't plow into that, or that could be huge heavy damage. Going for the race lead is Zach Flickinger while they'll race back to the caution flag. Another 6 laps later, another caution. And the pole sitter who failed to lead a lap on the first one is going to lead us to the caution. So Zach Flickinger in the lead. They should be good to go. I would hope they don't wreck it up here. That would be pretty sad if you somehow wreck it up like this. Nope, they're going to get in line. They'll be all right. All right, so with that, let's take a look at what brought out the second caution of the day. Oh, it started right back here. Oh, they're going to go 5 wide. That's Nate Rogers, Gray, Parker, Curtis, and Shelley. Downey was clipped here, I'm pretty sure. But these 3 cars right here, they just get together and they go down straight into Charles Sanford. And up they go. Downey's going to just get clipped. Shelley nowhere to go. John Arndt gets into Kukulon. That causes another wreck. Hoffman nowhere to go. You see Quentin Moore. Patrick Sick gets involved. Kukulon hitting the wall. Moore up there is almost on his side. As Mark Riggleman plows in. Tringali. Kev Shearer with nowhere to go. They all slam into this. Dylan Young, does he make it through? Oh no, he's doomed. He slams into Nico Tringali. That's a hard hit. How about these 3 cars back here? Do they make it through this mess? Looks like they're all right. Someone's on their lid up here. Oh man. Riggleman's still barrel rolling through this thing. Oh, William Flickinger has to slam the brakes and he gets into Hoffman. But everyone else back here should be fine. Let's take another angle at this. Oh, John Arndt's on his lid. Riggleman actually barrel rolled. Get another good angle at this. Just see straight up the track. Nowhere for a lot of people to go. Definitely the big one here today. I see people who were in front of that thought they were cleared, and then Kukulon got clipped, and it put 4 more cars in the accident. Hoffman's going around. He's flying through the air. Shearer's going to prop Riggleman onto his side. Tringali. Here comes Dylan Young. Slams into Tringali's door. Look at the airtime for the 84 car. Arndt gets flipped over. And just look at Riggleman's car. Barrel rolling down the corner. Down the banking, that is. And that takes out a good number of cars here today. And see, did Flickinger get Hoffman pretty good right here? Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely some decent contact there. Well, with that, we'll get you to the race restart. Getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Out of the race, Dylan Young, Nico Tringali, Mark Riggleman, Austin Alves, John Arndt, Sebastian Kukulon, Phil Parker, Caleb Hoffman, Kev Shearer, James Qualls, and Nate Rogers are all done. That leaves us with 29 cars. Arndt was one of the other drivers looking to point his way in. That takes him out of that. At this point, Seth Cole, the farthest down he would finish, is 29th. Let's see here. That's 14 points. Still a possibility for him to dip. Peter Sands is up to 20th right now. Sands still needs more help if he's going to dig himself out of this hole. Top 10 rundown coming to the restart. We'll have 46 laps to go with 29 cars on track. Zach Flickinger leads, Oskin second, Rob Evans third, Mendez fourth, Gardner fifth, Brommer sixth, Jefferson seventh, Shelton eighth, Johnson ninth, and William Brock is in 10th place. Continuing from that accident with damage is Patrick Sick, James Shelley, Alex Gray. And I think those are the only 3. I think everyone else retired from that wreck. I could be mistaken. We'll find out as we're back. Green flag racing. As Flickinger has led 5 laps just like Kukulon. And while he got a really good restart. It's going to make him a bit of a sitting duck. Draft here is not super huge. Oskin is getting a run though. Very interesting that these cars are going this slow. So mostly single file at the front of the field. Flickinger will take over that extra bonus point. We've had 8 different winners. 8 different leaders so far today. Field very spread out. Might have more cars with damage than we initially expected. Right now, Zach Flickinger out front and leading. Up here as well, Mendez, Oskin, Johnson, Jefferson, Brommer, Evans, Brock, Gardner, Ace Rogers, Seth Cole are up to speed. They're just in a string line here. Green, Ferranti, Deaver, Shelton, Sanford, and Hanley. They're all up to speed. Miller looks like he's up to speed. I think everyone from McIntyre on back is damaged. So McIntyre, Moore, Downey, Fitzwater, Gray, Curtis, Sorlin, Shelley, William Flickinger, Peter Sands, and Patrick Sick has the most damage. So Sands is just going to be riding in 28th place until there's another wreck. There's a decent pack of cars back here though, so I'm not sure if we'll get another wreck in this 18 car pack. Then again, it happened in trucks, but the trucks were also getting mega runs. So I'm not sure. 23 laps completed. 6, 11, 14, 15, 20, 21. Flickinger continues to lead as I'm trying to remember how many laps he's led now because I went through the field. All right, he's at the correct total now. It's William Brock making a move on Ryan Brommer, but how about Zach Flickinger showing these drivers how it's done? Remember, he won here in 2017, as now I recall that there was a 3-car in 2017. I think last week at Meadowlands I said there wasn't, but there was. Zach Flickinger drove it. How could I forget that? So the number 3 in RCR history now has a win every year. Talladega by Zach Flickinger, Alex Gray at Richmond, and Cole Deaver at Meadowlands. Those are the wins every year, one a year right now. Unless Deaver can change that. As Evans was going to make a move, but Ferranti made it first. As now I'm getting caught up in the action, so I'm forgetting to jot down these laps. Flickinger will probably get to a point where he'll be unreachable if they start cycling for the lead. But right now, that's not happening as Flickinger will come and lead his 10th lap of the race. So this pack is almost 18 cars. You can see Sanford and Hanley are starting to fall back a little bit. And same with Miller, Shelton, and Deaver, who are just kind of almost out of draft range. I'm honestly very surprised that these cars are not going faster. We've seen high speeds at tracks like Daytona. But it's providing all right racing here today. Zach Flickinger continues to lead. And we're not getting 4 wide, so that's a good thing. Hanley and Sanford have officially lost the draft. Jay Jefferson's making a move on Oskin for second. As Deaver, Miller, and Shelton have lost the draft. They're there, but they're not. Downey, Moore, and McIntyre in their own little group. A little mega speed group back here. They're only hitting about 180. There's Sands and there's Patrick Sick. These two are about going the same speed. But meanwhile, Zach Flickinger continuing to lead at Talladega. This is our longest run so far today. So we'll see if we'll make it to green flag pit stops or not. I think it's roughly 18 laps on fuel, but I could be mistaken. Zach Flickinger just in command right now. Jefferson single file behind him. He might have a chance to make a move here. Daytona, we had 26 leaders. So far today at Talladega, we've had 8. The lead has not cycled around as much as we anticipated. Evans and Ferranti, 3rd and 4th, again with a run. Ferranti makes a move. He's got no help. Top 4 single file. As Evans makes a move for 2nd. They're all just making moves for 2nd. They can't get enough of a commanding run on Flickinger. As the pack behind is starting to fall back, man, they're going 3-4 wide. At this track actually is making them lose time, which is insane to see. It gives them enough space to get a run though. It looks like Andrew Miller is still clinging to life here. He might catch them. Deaver and Shelton have lost their draft. So it's a 13 car pack looking to be 14 pack. Jefferson again making a move. Zach Flickinger just continues to lead this race. Ferranti went with Evans. The drivers are getting enough of a run to get 2nd, but not the lead. Ooh, they got a bit of a gap that might allow them to get a run. Jefferson kind of getting a run, but not really. There's really not a lot of draft right behind the leader. It's kind of crazy to think about. .30 laps complete. 36 to go. We'll see if any strategy's made. I mean, if you let Flickinger pit by himself, he'll lose draft. That would definitely hurt him. As Miller has officially caught the back of Ace Rogers, so it will be a, at the moment, 14 car battle for this win. As Patrick Sick and Peter Sands will be caught in a couple of laps, pending when these drivers decide to pit. Double file mostly at the front. But no one can get enough of a run on Zach Flickinger. It's really kind of crazy to see this. He's been leading since he took the lead, coming to the last yellow. They'll be 3 wide behind him for 2nd place. So they're getting really racy behind him. Ooh, he slowed down a decent amount. Can anyone get a good run here? No one's getting enough of a run to make a move on him. Very strong engine under this 78 team. The only thing that might be a curse to him would be a restart, but we saw in the last restart that he was fine. 78, 22, 48 leading at Talladega. Ferranti making a move for 2nd. Now, the one thing that could hurt him is if he gets a huge lead passing a lap car. That would possibly be the one way he loses the lead. As they're going to catch Patrick Sick and Peter Sands. Then they'll have to deal with the mega. If they go green all the way, they're going to have to deal with that mega pack of lap cars. We'll be halfway to the finish after this lap. As Peter Sands went down pit road, it looks like Mendez and Brommer will duck to pit road. As Rob Evans looks for second place. So this will give Flickinger some draft. Now, third car in line has been known to get runs from stuff like this. Will Evans get a run on Flickinger? He makes the move. Flickinger goes high. Oh, Evans gets shoved to the middle by Oskin. That slows him up. Oskin slows up. Now, this might be strategic, but it's also very dangerous for those back there. Do we see the 78 pit this time? We will. Here comes Zach Flickinger to pit road. First car staying out will be Alex Ferranti. So for the first time today, Ferranti gets to lead a lap, and he's our first lap leader in about 17 laps or so. So he and Ace Rogers stay out one more lap. I think that's only going to matter about fuel for the last run. They're going very slow. They're not going to catch him on. You really do get up to speed out of pit road. It's Alex Gray in third. He has not pit yet. But here comes Ferranti and Ace Rogers. Patrick Sick included. There's Alex Gray by himself. We'll see if he goes another lap or not. He will pit this lap as well. Ferranti out of his stall. Passes Ace Rogers. Does he lead the lap at the start-finish line? He does. Let's see, will he be the leader though? As Samet Oskin has made it in front of Zach Flickinger. That's getting at a pit road draft for you. You get really good runs. There they are. Ferranti and Ace Rogers all but up to speed. So they're in a single file line. Flickinger's getting a good run on Oskin. As they pass the 48 for the lead, Mendez goes around as well. You can see Flickinger all over the bumper of Oskin. And now you want to talk about fast laps. Look at this. Zach Flickinger's got the fastest time on the day. It might be draft, but you need horsepower to make moves like this. Look at Edwin Mendez gets a huge run, and he'll go 3 wide for the lead. Who leads this lap? Zach Flickinger leads again. So we look at the pack. We've got Brommer, Ferranti, Evans, Ace Rogers, and Brock, I think, are on the outskirts. And then we've got a secondary pack. Johnny Gardner, Marty Johnson, Seth Cole, Jefferson, Miller, and Green have all been separated. But otherwise, we're looking at an 8-car pack right now, I think. It could become 11, but that's no, it won't. It's going to be a 8-car pack. As Flickinger on the top side with no help. As Edwin Mendez will become our 10th different winner today. There's still one more pit stop to go. We'll see if that will mean anything. let's look at the lap car groups. Looks like Sanford, McIntyre, and William Flickinger, Sorlin, they're all still together. Heck, they might still catch Gray, Fitzwater, Shelley, and Curtis. Downey and Moore by themselves. Shelton by herself. We know she's up to speed, so she should lead that pack if they catch her. Here's Deaver and Hanley. Tony Green again by himself. Same with Andrew Miller. There's Peter Sands. Jefferson will get drafting with Seth Cole. Gardner and Johnson by themselves, but they have definitely lost this pack as Ferranti took the lead that lap. Let me see. I might have missed a lap lead. I might have. 1, 2, 3, 6, 11, 14. Aww. Okay, I did not. I have not missed a lap. That's good. I accidentally did my math wrong, and it was higher than the lap total. So Ferranti's the new king in the front of the field as we hit 27 laps to go at Talladega. This is probably a good time as any to look at the drivers in this top 8 fighting for this win. It does look like Seth Cole, pending a disaster, is locked in. So what that means is if someone wins up here, they will have to be ahead of him in the point standings. I'm going to wait for them to cross the start-finish line so I don't miss who leads this lap. As Zach Flickinger is going to make a move for the lead. Oh, man, he's just had such a strong car today. 48 leads his 5th lap of the race. But let's take a look at those point standings. Ferranti sits 24th in points. Zach Flickinger 12th in points. Remember, William Brock is out of range. Rob Evans, Edwin Mendez, what about them? Evans is ahead of Seth Cole in points. Mendez is 38th, so he needs a lot of help. I don't think he's going to get it even if he wins. We know Brommer's in the field. And then that leaves Oskin and Ace Rogers. Ace Rogers is 31st, so he still needs help even if he wins this race. Oskin sits 29th, so he might gain enough points to surpass Seth Cole in the standings. Flickinger leads his 20th lap of the race. It's all but set in stone that Flickinger is the one getting that extra bonus point. But if he wins this race, it won't matter. Heck, I think a lot of these drivers know by now. They're probably like, Seth Cole is in 12th place. You need to win this race. All the drivers up here except for Mendez would gain enough points if Seth Cole finishes in 12th and they won the race. Those drivers behind him, I think, are the 22 and the 19. Of course, we still have one more pit stop. And depending how the field gets spread out, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Ferranti's going to get shuffled to the top side, as Brommer's going to make it 3 wide. Now that last pit stop will be in about 10 laps, depending how much fuel you have to take. You might save yourself 3 seconds, and that could be what Ferranti and Ace Rogers end up doing. Gardner, Jefferson, and others are not going to catch these guys without a yellow. As Mendez had a run, but Flickinger got the help he needed and stayed up front. As it looks like these lap cars are more separated than we thought. Sorlin and William Flickinger are all the way back here. And then the mega packs up here. They're all strung out. So Sorlin and William Flickinger are going to be caught soon. William obviously probably happy for his brother right now if his brother gets this W. No one has retired. Sometimes drivers will retire later due to their damage. Brommer and Evans making moves. They're going to catch Jonathan Zorlin here. Let's see what Zach Flickinger does. He'll slow down a bit, jump in front of Mendez, and pass the 5. Several drivers will be held up here because of Zorlin, but it shouldn't be all too dramatic as long as they don't lose the pack outright. Now a lot of movement around the 5. Oh man, what are they doing back here? They're 4 wide. Oh man, what are you drivers doing? Are they still 4 wide? No, they've settled it. Now these drivers are going to get a huge run on Flickinger. Mendez and Brock are the last 2 to clear. We'll see if they keep up. Evans already getting a run on the 78. As Flickinger will move to the inside of his teammate with ease. Will anyone get held up? Oh, Williams going to block for his teammate. How about this? Lap 44. And Zach Flickinger's going to really pull from the field with that move. And drivers probably definitely mad, but one thing's for certain, they're going to stay in the draft and they're going to get a huge draft run on Zach Flickinger. This is not a track you want to lead like that on. Brommer's the last one who's got to duck to the inside, but it looks like this pack will remain 8 cars. Ferrani's the first one in second. We'll see what kind of run he gets. Can we see it from the spectator cam? Yeah, look at how close Ferranti's closing in. Ooh, Mendez has made a move to the inside. Is he there? Nope, Ferranti stays in front of the 4. It'll be 20 laps to go at the line this time. Flickinger's going to fall to the back here. Pretty sure Ferranti's got a huge run. Yep, you can see he makes the move. Mendez is going to make it 3 wide for the race lead. Coming to the stripe for 20 to go. Leading this lap will be the 48. So Zach Flickinger got to lead a few extra laps easily. Now he'll fall to the back of this 8-car field. Ferranti led at the line. Mendez will take the lead, however. So now we're up to 25 cars, down to 25 on the lead lap. And they're going to catch that mega pack soon, and that's going to be the really interesting part. Because those drivers aren't going that slow. I mean, some of these drivers you can see are going pretty fast as they caught the 20. So the 20 is going to come into play again, and they're going to catch all these drivers right before or right at the time of pit stops. So if they come out of pit road with these drivers, it's going to be interesting because, you know, the time you gain getting up to speed faster than someone else can be very beneficial. But this second half of the race has been the 4, the 48, and the 78. Brommer makes a move on Rob Evans. You can see Flickinger's already back to the inside. I mean, he's just so fast. He is so fast today. Evans shuffle to the top line. He'll fall back. Ferranti will make a move on Brommer. From what we've seen, it looks like Flickinger, Ferranti, Mendez, and Austin have been the fastest. We're closing in on that finish. Will one of these drivers get a win and bump out Seth Cole? Seth Cole cannot gain enough points to pass Jose Mills in the standings. He has to hope that one of these winners, I mean, this is what he's got to hope right now is that Ryan Brommer wins this race. Or Edwin Mendez and that Seth himself will finish high enough to avoid falling out. But that's difficult odds as here comes Zach Flickinger to the inside of Ferranti. Does he lead again? Oh, wow, that's so close, but I think 78 got him. And I was correct. That's 25 laps led on the day for Zach Flickinger. It just doesn't end. And they're catching this pack soon. They're going to catch the 21st. They might get their last green flag pit stops before they catch that pack, so that's going to make the last run very interesting. But Ferranti has managed to get to the inside of the 78. As pit stops, Evans, Brommer, and Oskin come down. A lot of the lap cars came down with them. 16 to go. Ferranti in the lead. But Zach Flickinger will make a move for that position. Brock Mendes and Ace had to take a small amount of evasive action. You can see it really cost the 19 car. Brock and Mendes are going to get a huge run from this. Ace might not have a shot at this win now. Who pits here coming to lap 52? Everyone but Ferranti. So Ferranti stays out by himself. Oh, well, with Ace Rogers again, but he's got no help this time. What's that going to mean for Alex Ferranti? .33 might possibly stay out again. Not sure if he will or not. I mean, he's far back there. Ferranti has still not caught the slow car pack. Watching who comes out. Oh, Gray's already pit. Ferranti will come down pit road. Ace Rogers included. Ace really diving it in here. Trying to gain back some time. Not sure if it's going to be enough. Oh man, and we talked about this. Look at this. William Brock and others coming out right behind slow traffic. Oh, this is going to get dangerous. What do you do with this massive field? You've got to get by them fast. You get held up here, it could cost you. William Brock to the outside of the 20. Ferranti gets the lead another lap. Actually looking at this, doing the math. There's still a chance Ferranti could lead the most laps over Flickinger. But the 78 has lost a ton of time. Oh man, he's out of draft range. He's behind these drivers. That's insane. You can just see William Brock and the others are really trying to find their way by these guys. Ace Rogers is going to come out right next to them. But Ferranti is in no man's land. 78, oh man, what happened? Bad pit stop. At the wrong time. Costly mistake for Zach Flickinger's team. You can see this pack of cars is just all back here. Ferranti will continue to lead the race. He has led 10 laps now. Oh, if they go 4 wide, that could cause a crash. Evans thought better of it. Brock, Evans, Brommer, they're the first 4 by. Ace Rogers is in the middle here. He's trying to get by. It's down to 5 cars. As they're going to slowly draft their way up to Alex Ferranti. Sophomore driver yet to win a race in his career. Now, how about this? If Ferranti wins this race, it would be the second time the 48 has visited victory lane, and the second time at Talladega. This car won with John Arndt back in 2017. But Brommer and the others are closing in. Remember, Brommer is the only saving grace for Seth Cole. Seth Cole sits in 13th place. But they have caught Alex Ferranti. Evans is the first one making the move. He goes to the inside of Brommer. Evans will make a move on Ferranti. Remember, the 88 is a part of Go Fast Petty Enterprises now. Has been all season. Hendrick gave up the 88. Dead even at the start-finish line. We're looking at a possible photo finish here as Rob Evans leads for the first time today. 11th different leader on the day. Oskin and Mendez in their own little two-car pack. Flickinger by himself. He could eventually be caught by Marty Johnson and Jay Jefferson, as the leaders still have probably another. They're going to probably lap up to 17th of Quentin Moore, and then that's going to be it for lap traffic. 10 laps to go at Talladega this time by. McIntyre, Shelton, Sanford, the next three. Downey, Quentin Moore, they're going a lot slower than those drivers. With 10 laps to go, there's still a chance Ferranti can lead the most laps, but he'll have to pass for the lead this time. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 14. He can't. Zach Flickinger will lead the most laps, but it won't really matter because there's really no way for him to point his way in with Seth Cole running in 13th. And Evans seems to have the strong race car now. 9 laps to go. Ferranti falling back. Now he's on the top 3 wide with Ace Rogers and Brommer. That's going to let Brock and Evans gain a little bit of time on them. But it's also going to set those 3 up for a huge run. Meanwhile, in front of them, there's a lot of action. Brock and Evans lead this field. It's 3 Chevys to a Ford and a Dodge, all singled up. If you're William Brock, you want to make a move on Evans before Brommer gets a move on you. And then this pack, oh man, this pack is going to be interesting how they deal with this. Brommer makes a move on Brock. Does he get there? He does. I don't even need to really keep track of these laps led anymore because Flickinger's got it. Brock will fall to 5th. Remember, it's at this point you just need to have more points gained than Seth Cole. This line, single file right now. We've got 3 rookies up here. Heck, out of all these drivers, the only one with a win in his career is Ryan Brommer. And Brommer's going for that lead. 7 to go at the start-finish line. One more check of the top 5. Remember, Brock can't make it. He's too far down. Ace Rogers, 31st in points. Rob Evans, 26th. Trying to remember where Ferranti is. Ferranti is in 24th. So if Ferranti and Evans win, they've automatically got Seth Cole out of the playoffs. But Ace Rogers needs help. Let me see, what is the official point? Sorry for the thing on the screen. Ace had 380 entering to Seth Cole's 403. So that's 23 points. I don't even know if Ace can gain that with a win. He'd get 56 points. To what would the differential be for 13th? It would be a 26-point difference. So if Ace gets the win and Seth doesn't get above, heck, even if Seth got 12th, he'd be out by a point or so. They are catching Johnny Gardner though, so that's the only thing. But I think even still, Ace would get past. It's 23-point difference. Wins, he gets 56 points. Yeah, even if Seth Cole gets 11th, Seth Cole needs 10th place. Seth Cole would need to finish in 10th place to deny Ace Rogers a chase berth. But right now, Ace he don't have any speed. He's in fact, he's kind of losing speed as they're going to catch this mega pack hitting 5 to go. Where do you go here? Evans behind teammate Downey. Quentin Moore, another teammate. They both go low. 5 to go. Ferranti's going to put Evans in the middle, 3 wide. But is that the right move? You're side by side in front of really slow traffic. Now this is going to let Ace Rogers catch up because he was losing the draft. Ferranti will make a move now to the inside of Quentin Moore. William Brock's up to second. McIntyre drops low to pass Shelton. That is for position. Remember, these drivers might not make the playoffs, but they're still fighting for standings positions. Evans stuck. He's going to fall to 4th. Ace Rogers, I'm not sure if something's wrong with his car because he's not going anywhere. Ferranti will be 3 wide in the middle with William Brock. You know, I did mention Brommer was one saving grace, but William Brock might be the other one. They're 4 wide as they caught Jonathan Zorlin. And Brommer got by big time. Brommer will pass the last car first. Ace Rogers is up to 3rd. Ferranti's stuck. And I think that's going to take Ferranti out of a chance to win this thing. Unbelievable. Yeah, he's stuck. He's in a sandwich. That's gonna lower this to 4 cars. I don't know if they're gonna catch William Flickinger again. Peter Sands is on pit road. Can these drivers even make it? Brommer to the race lead, looking to get his 3rd win. A rookie record tied. If he gets another win, he'll tie Cole Deaver's rookie record of 3. Evans is right back up here though in 4th. Seth Cole needs to finish 10th to deny Ace Rogers if Ace Rogers wins. Brommer wins, it won't matter. Brock wins, it won't matter. It's Evans and Ferranti that would knock out Seth Cole. Ferranti's been trapped behind lap traffic. He's out of range. It's going to come down to if Rob Evans wins this thing or not. If Ace Rogers wins, Seth Cole's 13th by himself. That's not good for Seth Cole. He needs Brommer or Brock to win it. Heck, I think Ace has some damage because Sanford's passing him. 2 laps to go. Rob Evans will make a move on William Brock. Ace Rogers, I don't think has a chance at this. He's got damage from something. Brommer in the lead. Oh, they're going to catch William Flickinger. They're going to catch him on the last lap. Evans makes a move for the lead. And Evans will pass Ryan Brommer through 3 and 4, coming to the white flag. Can he hang on for the win? We're about to find out. Rob Evans, can he get his first career win today at Talladega? White flag in the air. Brommer stuck behind Charles Sanford. It's going to be Evans or Brock. They're not going to catch William Flickinger. I don't think they're going to get to him. You've got to make the move here if you're William Brock. Can he get enough of a run? He just can't seem to get enough juice. Here we go. Coming to the checkered flag. William Brock's not going to get there. Seth Cole will be removed from the 12-driver field, and Rob Evans will get there instead. Getting his first career win at Talladega in the cutoff race puts Rob Evans as the 12th driver in the playoff field. My goodness. What a race. Evans is the 4th rookie to win this season. He continues the trend of one-time superspeedway winners. And he is the 7th first-time winner on the season. How about that? William Brock. What can you say about William Brock? Gets his second top 5 on the season. East Rogers 3rd. Brommer 4th. Ferranti 5th. Oskin, Mendez, Zach Flickinger, Marty Johnson, Jay Jefferson. That's the top 10. Seth Cole 13th. Not good enough when someone ahead of you in points wins the race. Pretty sure that knocks him out. Yeah, Mills was not going to fall out, and he was the lowest guy with 1 win. So that's your Chase Field. To recount, in case people need a refresher before they see points, this is your 12-driver Chase Field, and my Final Four prediction is ruined. Jonathan Zorlin, Nico Tringali, Johnny Gardner, Ryan Brommer, Nate Rogers, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., Austin Alves, Sebastian Kukulon, Kev Shearer, Cole Deaver, Jose Mills, and Rob Evans. That's our playoff field. We're going to have a week off before we begin the playoffs, but we're going to have our All-Star festivities. Familiar names will show up. So I will see you guys at the All-Star race. That is at Armory Digital. See you guys next week.